My name is Kudzai Manditereza from Industry4.TV, and we're here at the Things Conference 2023 in Amsterdam. And right now I'm joined by Ohad Peled from Sony. Ohad, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, so maybe could you start by introducing yourself to our audience and tell us more about why you're here?
Sure. I'm Ohad Peled and I'm a product marketing manager at Sony Semiconductor Israel. And we're here to explore the field of IoT in general and LoRa specifically, and see how the different technologies merge and we drive the IoT forward.
Awesome. Yeah, so cellular IoT has been evolving rapidly. So, can you provide an overview of the latest trends and advancements in cellular IoT technologies? And also, can you speak to how Sony is positioning itself to leverage these developments for innovative IoT products and solutions?
Sure. So I think in general we see a lot of progress in many areas in different protocols in the IoT landscape, and the cellular IoT is no different. It's actually there's some very big trend moving forward. The technology, there's a lot of companies and individuals all over the world driving this. I think a few of the main ones, I would say, then if we're talking about cellular IoT, then we have the main two technologies of narrowband IoT and LTE Cat-M. And we see a very big growth over the last year or two in coverage all over the world, especially in Europe and US, in LTE-M connectivity. That comes into effect not only by providing more places where you can get coverage for LTE-M on the base stations, but also with a lot of roaming agreements between the different operators that allow for certain functionalities of cellular IoT. I think this is a crucial point that helps customers make their devices more usable in more places in the world. So that's one thing. The other major progress that I think Sony is a pioneer and is a big driver of is low power consumption for devices. So we understand that resource-constrained devices essentially are in a need to drive less and less power and achieve more and more features. And with a new device of the Sony ALT1350, we've done just that. We're 8 times better than the previous generation. So we are definitely taking part in enabling use cases and devices that could not leverage certain capabilities so far. Now it's possible with a much lower power consumption for many more use cases and many more devices. Another trend we're seeing in the cellular space now, and not only in the cellular space, is trying to get coverage not only on the terrestrial part, but also from the satellites. So the whole non-terrestrial networking is also we have some significant progress there. There are solutions that can already cover terrestrial and non-terrestrial at the same time based on our chipset with some of the partners in the ecosystems. And I think that's exciting because it really gives you an opportunity to get your device and solution wherever you need to without considering the challenges of coverage, which is one of the major coverage today in the cellular IoT. Another item that I see, the trend that we see in cellular IoT with the growth of new use cases, specifically in the trackers area, we see a fusion of technologies that enables us to locate an item or a device in many areas that it was difficult to reach before. So it could be outdoor is something that we're already supporting within the cellular technology itself and with the GNSS capability. But indoor was a challenge for cellular connectivity and GNSS, and it was more accommodated by indoor type technologies. Today we see kind of a fusion of the two, and our next generation device would be able to capture, for example, Wi-Fi signals to be able to determine location of a certain item, not only on its way to the warehouse, but also where it's located within the warehouse. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
those are the main
Yeah.
progresses.
It's really exciting. This is really exciting. So, I mean, as this cellular IoT landscape continues to grow, so one crucial aspect of it is the interoperability and standardization, which becomes really crucial. How is Sony addressing these challenges to ensure seamless integration and connectivity across a wide range of IoT devices and applications? And as a follow-up to that question, what strategies are in place to support the diverse needs of your customers?
Okay, that's a good question. Thank you. I think the cellular IoT is inherently interoperable and standardized because being in the cellular space, you need to comply with certain standards, right? And it's huge importance. Interoperability in standardization is very, very important to drive more and more use cases that could work together for sure. And for that, we in Sony, one of the highest priorities that we have is to comply with standardization. We are following closely the 3GPP, and we are participating in the working groups in the 3GPP that drives the standardization forward. We have our own internal certification lab that allows us to comply, to make sure that our solution is compliant with the 3GPP spec.
Yeah.
So when we deliver our solution to the customer, it's guaranteed to be interoperable and standardized as required in the cellular space. And we're also taking, in terms of strategy, what we believe in is the ecosystem approach, and we are creating connections with many partners around the industry to understand the requirements and understand where the devices can be or the solutions can and cannot be interoperable.
Yeah.
And we're trying to provide some solutions for that within our chipsets, either inherently in the chipset or through partners implementation. So this is one way we're addressing this. And another way is we recognize not all solutions are the same. So we work really hard to protect the core of the cellular side and make sure that our customers do not need to worry about all the complexities, and there are many complexities, that goes along with a cellular modem. So we're trying to kind of protect this part on one end, and on the other end, we're trying to provide the customer with flexible enough SDKs and APIs so he can basically implement his own needs and not worry about the underlying connectivity options.
Awesome. Ohad, it's been a great pleasure chatting with you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Right.